Good evening and welcome to Black Power, the podcast with me, Iffy Thomas. I'm an author, motivational speaker and the founder of The Confidence Star. And for this month, Black History Month, I'm shining the light on people who inspire me to inspire you. And today we have David Oyelowo. He is a British Nigerian actor who I absolutely adore. I have spent so long looking through his motivation that I actually thought, you need to stop now and you actually have to put together the podcast. He played Martin Luther King in the film Selma, which I've watched about 100 times, and every single film he's in, I look forward to watching. Here he is, David Oyelowo.
I have been a beneficiary of the advocacy of others. I talked about that teacher who encouraged me to go to drama school and actually helped me with my auditions for drama school. I talked to you about, sharing my dream of playing Dr. King with Oprah and her coming on board of Selma as a producer. In fact, she's also a producer on my directorial debut, The Waterman, as well. I have had people come alongside me who really believed in me, and that's been a huge help. But I will say that the way to attract advocates is hard work. You are someone who is tenacious, works while other people are asleep. People who recognize talent, fortitude, and like I say, tenacity, will gravitate towards you. I have done that for other people. I have had it done for me. And sometimes you can be discouraged when you look at the landscape and think, well, there's no one else like me, or I don't have the finances to be able to train or to get the equipment or whatever. We live in a world now, in my industry, there is no excuse. If you have an iPhone, you can be a filmmaker. And so just start doing the work and let yourself be your competition. Outwork yourself every day. And I truly believe, because I've been a beneficiary of it, that if you do that, people who are looking for talent, who are looking for the next generation, will find you on the basis of your talent and your grind.
Oyelowo, which is so hypocritical of my dad because he gets everyone's name wrong. What
do you mean?
Well, so I did a film with Tom Cruise. It's asked, what was this movie you did with Tom Cruise?
Close
This
enough.
guy has been a movie star for 30 years. And then I did Lincoln with Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
And hey, I heard you are doing a movie with Steven Spielberg. Huh?
He's cute.
This is how bad it is. That even today, he knows Oprah. He's met Oprah. Opera Winifred. Yeah, they do. But the other day, my dad said, so I saw you in BG magazine. I said, BG. My brother's in the background. GQ, Daddy.
I stand before you today as evidence of the fact that what God starts, he will finish. On the 24th of July, 2007, having read a script called Selma, God told me I will play Dr. Martin Luther King in the film Selma. I auditioned for the role. The director at the time did not agree with God. You don't want to do that, by the way. In the meantime, I did a film called Lincoln. And in the first scene of that film, my character challenged Abraham Lincoln with a Gettysburg Address and said, you cannot say these words, you have to actually act upon them. Maybe one day we'll get the vote. 7 years after God told me I would play this role, in another film called Selma, 100 years later, in Lincoln, I played a character in 1865. In Selma, I played Dr. King in 1965.
We will not wait any longer. Give us the vote. That's right. No more. We're not asking, we're demanding. Give us the vote.
When I read read this script, I just felt a deep spiritual connection to it. I actually got attached to the project officially in 2010, and still we struggle to get this film off the ground. But when I look at what's going on in the nation now, and it just being such a perfect time for this movie,
We must march. We must stand up.
I just, every day, I would do something to try and get closer to him, because I knew that this was going to be in my future at some point. But I worked with an incredible dialect coach by the name of Elizabeth Himmelstein. I spent a lot of time with his friends. One of the most extraordinary things, I hadn't met him before. The first time I met him was on the set of Selma, and he walked straight up to me. I was in costume as Dr. King, and he said, "Dr. King, it is so nice to see you again." And
wow.
I was just frozen by that, because it was what a thing for him to say, having not seen his friend for nearly 50 years. I have to say, because there was this weird spiritual exchange. It's the only way I can describe it. There was a moment I looked in the mirror in the bathroom one day, and I couldn't see myself anymore. It was a little bit strange, but I'm glad to be back to me.
I think one of the things that I respect the most about this actor is the fact that he is able to really transform and to play such a huge, important role and do it to the level that he did is astonishingly wonderful. And it's really interesting to hear that he looked in the mirror and couldn't see himself. I think that's the mark of a really fantastic actor. You've been listening to Black Power, the podcast, with me, Iffy Thomas. Tune in every single day this month for Black History Month, where I'll shine the light on people that inspire me to inspire you. Good evening.